So to start it off, as usual, if you want to get a little more of the behind-the-scenes information, go ahead and join the locker room. Come on in. We're going to be able to give you guys more context, more insight, more financial foundation on how to really live the lifestyle that you want as an athlete. But for no more further ado, let me introduce you guys to the person who you really want to hear from, all right?
Yes, sir.
You already know Stove. You already know Key. We've got the main man here, one of the top Samoan players coming into the NBA, Tolu Smith. Everybody give it up for Tolu.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, we living life, man. You tell us. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Of course, man. Of course. I'm glad we could be able to make it through this day. It sounds like you had a little bit of adversity that you went through today.
Yeah, we got in a little wreck on the road, but we good. Vegas is crazy.
Man, Vegas is crazy.
Yeah, we good, though.
This man been living here for, what, almost a decade now?
Almost a decade now.
Yeah, almost a
decade.
One thing about people in Vegas, they can't drive.
I see.
And then we got more and more people moving in Cali, from Cali, like myself.
Yeah.
We also can't drive. And then on top of that, within Vegas, you always got tourists that don't know where they're going. So it's just all bad out here.
Yeah, bro. It's the worst that you can see.
Yeah.
Man, and us boys coming from the South, we don't really have to deal with a lot of this.
Nah, it's a lot of trees. I don't see no trees out here, man. There's nothing but just party. Yeah.
That's about it. That's the only tree that you're going to get. Watch out now. So when we go take it back to the South, that's kind of where you grew up, right? That's kind of like where your childhood was. So tell me a little bit about that. What was life growing up as a Samoan in the down South, bro? I'm from Bama, right? So you can keep it real with me. Tell me what that experience must have been like.
It was great, man. So my pops is originally from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. So we grew up down there. We grew up a little different though. It was a little tough living, but we made the most of it.
Yeah.
Had a great childhood. Grew up with some great people around us. I think my dad and my mom did a great job of providing for us, trying to make ends meet. We can get into that later, but I got a lot of stories about that, man. So,
for sure. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. We're gonna work our way into how this family unit has really helped create the nucleus necessary for you to be this NBA player. So we're going to get a lot more into that. Yeah. But we're just starting out with the childhood. I know there were some things you were thinking about that you wanted to ask him about his growing up. So,
well, just mainly because I was the big bro. I know we got big bro in the studio. Yeah. I was the big bro. Mm-hmm. Just your experience of being able to have someone to compete with and how much better he might have made you just being big bro. Did you have those experiences?
Man, if anybody knows as a little bro, like having a big bro is probably the easiest thing in life, man, because the big bro got to take all the nicks to necks, all the adversity. So it's like they learn all the easy ways and all the access and like playing ball. So they know everything. They know everything. They just leave it to you. So like we'll go to the parks or something like that, and he'll already, you know what I'm saying, 3 games in, I'm coming in like yo, like tell me something like. Right. How this guy play, how that guy play. But when you got a big brother, it's easy. It's easy for you, man. So.
My brother used to say the same. Like, so what he used to say is like, he got to grow up, because I'm about 3 years older than, I don't know the separation between the two guys, I'm about 3 years older than my brother. Yeah. So when we playing pickup at the house or we playing pickup at the park, it's him with me and all of my friends. Yeah. So he's always playing against older dudes, and that's what and we didn't hold back. We didn't hold back at all. Like, I was fouling my brother just as hard as I fouled anyone in my entire basketball career at 13, 14. Like, sure. Yeah, exactly. But he said that's the reason why my brother plays over in Indonesia right now. Yeah. But that's the reason why his career is going, because he had big bro to push him. So I was just very interested in if you had the same thing.
Them backyard battles, them were like game sevens, man. Yeah. Them was like game 7. We in there from the sun up to the sun down. Like, nah, we not going inside yet. So them battles was definitely made a man out of me. So yeah, it was great.
I like that. It's like what made you the competitive athlete that you are at this level.
Oh yeah, because he got so much game that I didn't have. I'm still working on like all the smooth and finesse, all that. He got all that. So I'm low key hating in the back of my head. Like, why he get that? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to that. So. Yeah, man, it's great having a big brother.
No, I can imagine, man. I can imagine. It's almost like having a mentor built in.
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. And that takes us right into the family nucleus that was created, right? Tell us a little bit about your parents, right? That upbringing, having a father who's African-American, a mother who comes from Hawaiian descent. Tell me a little bit about that growing up in the deep South. Right. Was there any like discrimination that you kind of walked up against, or was there any experiences that pop out in your mind that you're like, you know what, I'm really thankful I grew up in this family rather than something else?
So growing up in the South is different. The Polynesian world, I'm not gonna say that mostly in the West Coast, but for the most part, I'd say they're in the West Coast. So I think we had like one poly family that we ran across, and that was on a military base.
Wow.
But for the most part, it was just us. And I think my mom did a great job of instilling just the family culture and how the nucleus works and how we operate as one and everything. So growing up in Bay St. Louis, it was rough just because we was just trying to make ends meet. And as me and my brother as kids, we didn't realize how rough it was. You know, we just thinking like life supposed to be like this.
Exactly.
But in actuality, like, we're not supposed to be having rats in the oven and roaches that, you know what I'm saying? We had the roaches that fly. They just came out. Yeah, we got the roaches. You hit them, they got the pop noises. So man, it's crazy, man. We sometimes we need to have, like, you know what I'm saying, water into the. So it's hard to explain. So when we wash dishes, it was no sewage or something like that. So we had a pot under the sink. And every time we wash dishes, we had to pick the pot up, walk it outside, and put it back under the thing. So it was stuff like that we had to go through. But I think that it made us who we are today, man. It made us who we are today. I think me and my brother made the most out of it.
Yeah.
Me and my brother made the most out of it, and it made it easier for us. So.
Man, I honestly, like, one of the things that I say often, and people hear it more as you guys check into the show and when you join the locker room, you'll hear me say it even more. The principles of success are universal.
Yeah.
The same way you have to succeed as a construction worker, those principles will be the same things that you need as a doctor.
Right.
Commitment, integrity, and what you were describing here, discipline. So talk to me about the discipline that you developed, having to take this water basin out from under the sink every time you guys are washing dishes. It's now, embedded into your body that, you know what, every time I'm here, I got to do it. This is a next level of discipline, especially as a young child. How old are you at that time?
Probably like 9, 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 9, 10.
I know 29-year-olds that aren't disciplined.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Like, when you're growing up and you're implementing this discipline into your life, are there other situations where you can see in your mind, you can think back and say, you know what, my mom wouldn't be happy if I didn't stick to this?
It's times now. It's times now I feel like I'll go back in my head, I'll be like, if I didn't have that kind of childhood, if I wasn't raised a certain way, I think I, you know what I'm saying, be like this other guy, be like this other guy. So I think just having that grassroots of family and culture and having that nurturing and loving family that I had around me, I think that made me and my brother the men that we are today. So I think it was great for us, man. I think it was great for us.
No, 100%. I can definitely see that as something that's foundational. In private conversation between Stove and I, he's talked about how great his family has been for him and really been able to develop that nucleus. I know you want to bring in some on that.
Just very similar to you. I have a very strong mother and father.
Yeah.
And that home base being what it is what gave me the opportunity for success that I had.
Right.
So I can see it the same way. Like, talking to your dad made me feel like I was talking to mine. Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Around the city, man, he's like a dad to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like a coach for a lot of guys, a mentor for others. He had this program growing up. We had this program, and he'll just have guys coming in the gym. So it was like a connection. My mom was working in the Boys and Girls Club.
I was going to ask about
She was
that.
a unit director, and that meant gym availability. So
Yeah.
we was in the gym every night.
Wow.
Whoever wanted to come work out with us, come work out with us. Some nights it would be 30 people. Some nights it would be 2.
Sure.
But them 2 people was in there every night.
Okay, yeah.
So regardless of who was coming in and out, them 2 people was going to be in that gym every night. So, yeah, I think my dad, man, he did a lot for the community that goes unnoticed. And he did a lot for the community in terms of getting kids out the streets, man. A lot of kids would have fell to the wayside if it wasn't for my father. And I just want to give him the flowers now. So
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man. Shout out to you, Pops.
Oh,
shout
yeah,
out to you,
real
man.
big shout out.
He's doing great things, and just from the small conversations I've been able to have with him, I can already see he has a mindset that's only here to help. He
Yeah.
wants to help people create greater things. And sometimes as humans, we don't want that for ourselves. But I can tell he's the type of person that might try to dig deeper to bring it out of you, and I can appreciate that, man.
yeah, it's crazy, man, because what you just said about how he always want to help people. So when I got out the house, I had that same mentality. I still got the same mentality, but I got to remind myself that everybody wasn't raised like you. And my dad has to remind me that everybody wasn't raised like you. So
Very true.
I always got to think back when an incident happens and be like, well, I'm the type of guy to get my shirt off my back for you. but everybody wasn't built like that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't built like that.
Yeah, and when you talk about giving back and that big heart that your dad has, and then the importance of the Boys and Girls Club, that your mom and her being there for so long, how important was it for you to be able to give back to that place?
Yeah.
I saw that you were able to go back, make a visit, and give some money back. How important was that for you?
Man, it was great, man. My family thought it would be a brilliant idea, and I agree wholeheartedly. I was like, I want to do more than just that. I mean, I want to build like Rex in my city. I want to have AAU teams, AAU tournaments. I want to do all kinds of stuff. But doing that was a great start, momentum shifter for the community, and I just thought it was heartwarming for myself, just like where I was raised. The Boys and Girls Club, it basically raised me. So being able to give back to a club like that means a lot.
I had a lot of experience in Boys and Girls Club too, so I would just say thank you from my Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, man.
Because if we had someone that did that what you did, man, it would have been great for us. So I know those kids are appreciative of what you were able to do for them.
No, absolutely. There's some guys like that when I was growing up that was doing things like that as well. So it's great to see that, and I want to continue to have that legacy and have others do the same thing. So
no, absolutely, man. You're starting a trailblazing path.
Yeah.
You're starting for the next generation. I've noticed that, sometimes the youth wait until they get a little older before they start giving back to the ones that, come from the same community. And I commend you the most for being able to start that right now and being able to give back to those that you already saw give an impact to you. Part of my mind thinks that was so important to you because of the impact that they had on you. Right.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me a little bit about that. The impact that the Boys and Girls community had on you with your mom working at the space and growing up in that. Talk to me about the impact that you had coming up in that area.
Man, the Boys and Girls Club was everything. The Boys and Girls Club was everything to me, my brother, to all my friends. That was the go-to spot. We used to be like, man, I can't wait to go to the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
we used to want to just leave school and go to the club. But that's when the club was like popping, like everybody wanted to go, everybody wanted to hang out, and it was a great environment because we had good staff members around us. We had field trips. Man, I had my first fight in the Boys and Girls Club.
Whoa,
had my first
took it
fight.
all the way back.
Man, all the way back. Had my first fight in the Boys and Girls Club. Had everything. First dance was in the Boys and Girls Club, man. But I just think everything that we did, man, it was just, you know what I'm saying, good for the community.
Yeah.
I met all my closest friends there. We had some guys from other schools that I never would have met, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for the Boys and Girls Club. So I met some great people and got some long-lasting relationships over there.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's a great foundation to be able to create things like that.
I know the bump over there had to be good too. If you with all your boys, because that's how it was for the Boys and Girls for me.
Yeah,
that's where we went in to get the real bump.
Yeah.
Yes,
at
sir.
13, 12. That's where everyone was playing. Yeah,
We was doing crazy things like, so it was multiple clubs in our area, multiple Boys and Girls Clubs. So we'll go around to other Boys and Girls Clubs, have like Boys and Girls Club tournaments. See who got the best
Who
Boys
got
and Girls
the best
Club?
club?
Who got the best
Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club, man? We always come out on top. But
Of course.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun for sure. Yeah.
No, man, I can imagine that you were always coming out on top, especially with the I can't even say the list. The myriad of accolades this man has racked up in Mississippi. Like, he's already in the Mississippi Hall of Fame, right? He's already got the All-Americans. He's done so much from the space. So I can imagine you guys were running the streets when it comes to the AAU circuit, right? So talk to me a little bit about growing up as a high school athlete, being able to get this much notoriety in such a small place of Meridian. Talk to me about what that must have been like, having a family as tight-knit as you guys. Was that helpful? Was it a little hurtful? Give me a little bit of your experience.
Man, if anybody know basketball, it's like this. It's like this the whole time, man. So I'm growing up in Bay St. Louis. I'm probably my junior year, sophomore year, something like that. And I'm doing good. I'm like, we winning. We probably in the district tournament, district championships. We win everything. So I'm like, I'm the guy. I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
So we got an invite to do this EYBL tryout. So I'm in the EYBL tournament, the EYBL trial. I'm sorry. And I look around, everybody taller than me. I'm like, oh, hold on. But I'm from the little South, so I'm thinking, I go up here, it's gonna be same thing as it was on the no. We got these Africans, we got these cats that's from the North Mississippi, built like
Something
prime.
crazy.
Yeah, they built stronger than me. I'm like
NBA bodies at like 15,
at
16.
15. I'm like, where the birth certificates? At? So I'm walking around. I'm like, I'm dunking, but they, So the real world shocked me. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to lock in a little more. So we get to our first EYBL tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I get the starting spot or whatever. I kid you not, I score 0-0. 0-0. I'm going against, this is when I was playing against Darius Garland. I think I played James Wiseman, 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
That was a rude awakening for me, man. Rude awakening.
Yeah.
After that, I was miserable the whole ERBL. It was nobody else's fault but my own.
Sure.
I just had to come to the realization, like, yo, you got to put a lot more work in if you think, you know what I'm saying? You think you that, but you're not that.
Mm-hmm.
And people tend to fall short from that. People tend to forget, like, yo, it's a lot more you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
But at the time, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking I'm that guy. So I think the EYBL thing helped me a lot, man. So I got the opportunity to play EYBL, got the experience.
Yeah.
I even gained a couple offers by not doing the thing. I don't know how I got the offers, but I got some offers.
Out of curiosity, what was your first offer?
My first offer was not a D1. It was Xavier University in Louisiana.
No, yeah, familiar with Xavier.
Xavier University in Louisiana. My first D1 offer was from Jay Ladner, Southeast Louisiana. Yeah, man, it was great. So when I first got that one, that's when I started feeling myself.
Yeah.
Went to UIBL.
Yeah.
No. You're not that guy. Yeah.
You learn quick. I was telling a similar story the other night about my first offer being Pepperdine University out of California because it was right there. And that's what I started feeling myself automatically. Then I went to Amari Stoudemire camp, and I went to Top 100, NBA Top 100 camp. Yeah. I got a rude awakening. It's like, you've been working 6 hours a day. Guess what? It's someone working 10.
Yeah.
And so it's someone that jump a little bit higher, got a little bit more muscle mass. Yeah. You got to put some more work in. But yeah, I had the similar experience.
Man, it's just crazy. Like, you just would think that you that guy, but you're not that guy right now.
100%.
You got to put a lot. It's a lot of guys that are thinking twice like you. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Like I'm willing to put that work in. So after UIBL, I went to Hawaii. I moved to Hawaii to play basketball, which is a whole nother story.
Oh my God, yeah. What age were you when you did that?
I think I was like 16, 17.
Okay, coming into sophomore, junior year.
Junior to senior. So
junior
17.
17. Okay, I like it. Okay.
So me and my pops went to Hawaii. We played basketball my senior year there. It was great. Ended up getting a few more offers, even better offers. And I was like, wow. So me in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't think anybody's coming to Hawaii to watch me play basketball. But
little did you know.
Little did I know. If you can play, they're gonna find you.
Oh,
anywhere. Yeah. So after that happened, man, I got the opportunity to go to Western Kentucky. I did 1 year there, redshirted at Mississippi State, and finished my college career at State. So.
Yes, sir, man. No, I like that. I like how the world just really culminates it together for you guys to be able to take that path to the next step.
Yeah.
I don't want to skip too far ahead. I want to take it back to the high school time. And when you made that transition over to Hawaii, right, you're just coming off of this, let's say, experience where life really just slapped you in the face, right?
Yeah, for sure.
This is something that happens not only just to athletes, but to people of all walks of life, where you think, we're on Rumble, so you think you're the shit, right? You think you're at that level, and you're not realizing that it's a competition of me versus me, right? And so what were the first things that you did after you came back from that EYBL tournament? Walk me through. Maybe were there some workouts, were there a diet change, were there different people that you were talking to? What are some shifts that you made after you leave the EYBL tournament to prepare you for those next steps?
Nah, it was nothing on the court. It was all off the court. Everything was mental. Like, you had to sit down and talk to yourself and like, yo, like, you really need to lock in if you think you can, you know what I'm saying? If you want to bump with these guys, if you say you want to get to the NBA, if you say you want to be the best in the NBA, you really got to be able to bump with these guys. And I had to like regain confidence, basically, regain confidence and like get back that aura that I originally had. Yeah. And it just takes time, man. That just come with repetition in the gym. I mean, it sounds cliche, but that's exactly what happened, man. You just had to double down on the gym and just get back in there.
100%.
Yeah, that's where you gain the confidence. So that's what I had to do. And then when I started getting those offers and that notoriety again, that's when I started feeling like, okay, maybe I, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get back to where I, So
and you set like a foundation for how you're going to build from there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so talk to me. You had that one little first time at the school you went to. You know the school we really want to talk about, Mississippi State, right? We're some people from the South there.
I do have out of curiosity, when you were leaving, what was it? What was the first
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky? Was that during the portal time?
No,
It was before the portal.
This you got to transfer, sit down.
Sit down for it. See, that's the reason why I asked. Yeah.
You got to sit down, transfer.
Walk us through that a little bit, because most people don't even understand what that process looks like, you know, in 2024. So walk us through that a little bit, where you had to transfer as a freshman without actually having what we now know as the transfer portal.
Yeah, so I sat down with my dad through the season. Well, I'll go back even further. Before the season started, I hurt my foot. I was out for a couple games during the season. Came back late, trying to squeeze in, get some playing time behind Charles Bassey, who's with the Spurs right now. Great player,
good player.
And it was just tough. So, and he was coming back that next year, and I just felt like in my, you know what I'm saying, in my own ability, I think I can be a starting big somewhere else. So I sat down with my pops, was like, yo, what we doing? What we gonna do? Just decided to transfer. But this was during the time where if you transfer, you got to sit out 1 year, red shirt. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that. So we took a chance. I think shout out to Coach Brooks. Coach Brooks took a chance on us at Mississippi State. So we ended up committing there, and we had a red shirt year. Man, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, I recommend red shirt more than just, you know what I'm saying, transferring and playing right away.
Talk to me a little bit about that. What from your perspective, why do you see the benefit in redshirting for a year versus just hopping in there?
Well, I mean, it all depends. It all depends on your circumstance. Like, a Dalton Connect is different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's different.
He's different.
Sure.
But, like, in my circumstance, I was averaging like 3 points in my freshman year. I need to get a feel for, like, how the game goes. Especially
College game.
Yeah, then moving up to SEC, that's like the next thing to the, you know what I'm saying, the NBA. So it's like, I need to get how the flow go, how the college practices go. I need to get a year under my belt. So I didn't mind, you know what I'm saying, going through that fire with Mississippi State and Coach Brooks especially, who put a lot of work with me, sat down and put a lot of work. All them early mornings and late nights, it was great for me, man. So
I can imagine, man. And with you being back Mississippi State, right? That's not too far from Meridian. You get some home cooked meals, man, to come on by. Like, how was that?
It was a win-win. I mean, my mom and dad was an hour and a half away, so
oh my God,
I didn't think it would be a bad idea. Originally, I had in the back of my head, I wanted to go to LSU. I don't know why. I just thought it would have been a nice little, you know what I'm saying, look for me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Mississippi State was the best option for me, for sure.
I can imagine. And you know, it's like a hard lineage that you're following if you go to LSU. There are some great bigs that you might, you know, have to stick up to, and you know, who knows if you wanted to have to deal with that, right? That's all your personal
the greatest
situation.
big came out of LSU.
Maybe the greatest
Absolutely,
big.
absolutely. You know,
sure.
some people don't want to have to deal with those things, so I totally get it, bro.
Yeah.
And with where you're going with Mississippi State, I think that worked out perfectly for the development that you were going through.
Yeah.
So you were saying you redshirted the first year, right? Getting your feet wet a little bit, getting your feeling of how this college game is going to be.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your second and your third. You're starting to really get on the map. Tell me about how that felt. We'll say the status of you going through that journey.
Yeah, so that red shirt year, man, I sat down. I got to watch everybody play. I got to see guys go through this right here. Go through this. I saw the pace of the basketball. It was just different. It was different from going from Conference USA, which is a good conference, to SEC, which is, you know what I'm saying, big
One of the
dogs.
best.
Yeah. So when I got to get a feel for that, see that next year, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what I need to do. So that year that I got to play was my sophomore year. I did okay. I think I led the SEC in double-doubles. It was a good year for me, man.
Dog.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
It was a great year. I think we had a great team. I think we underachieved, though, but it was a great team. We had guys like DJ Stewart, who was second team All-SEC.
One of my favorite players to watch, honestly.
Iverson Molinar, who's in the G League right now, he was killing in the SEC. So I think we had a great team that year, man. We just underachieved.
Sure. Sometimes that can be a group effort, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not really all on you, but there's some different things that can hold you back, right? So when it comes to underachieving, you know, not to put it on anybody, but do you think there's some things that come to mind where it's like, you know what, if we could have done this better, we might have been able to reach a higher potential? Is there anything that comes to mind where you know, when you look at that season?
Man, it was so long ago. It's hard to forget. I just know we had so much talent on that team.
Yeah.
So much talent on the team, like from me to Abdul, DJ Stewart, Iverson. Like them, DJ Stewart and Iverson Mullen are like NBA players, like caliber players. So I just thought we just didn't put it together as well as we should have.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I know you've dealt with something like that as well. So talk to me. Like,
I'm gonna just be real. I'm over here
give it to
sitting
me.
here trying not to talk shit, and I want to say like, well, maybe if you had a little better coach.
No.
I'm just. Hey, we're not gonna go into that. Just that's a little inside joke. Hey, it just happened this way. We actually shared the same head coach throughout college. So I played for Ben Howland at UCLA.
Yeah.
And then he went into play for Ben Howland at Mississippi State.
Yep.
So I ain't gonna. Ben Howland is a great coach. Let me just put it right there.
Yeah.
But
You're
we
a
all
great
have
guy,
our
man.
experiences.
Great coach.
Hey, shout out Ben Howland.
Shout out Ben Howland.
Absolutely.
Shout out Ben Howland, man.
I haven't met you yet, Ben, but I can tell you're a great guy. All right, nothing but love for you.
Yeah.
But it seems like sometimes when you're creating these team atmospheres, it's usually some different variables that you're having to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Where sometimes maybe there's not somebody that's as bought in as they could have been. Maybe there's somebody that's not as committed to the cause that you might need, right? Is there anything that both of you guys, you've dealt with this situation where you've had a team that was loaded talent-wise,
Yeah.
but it might not have reached the potential that you were looking for, right? What are some things that came to your mind? Because I think this is going to be very beneficial to the audience. Like I said, principles of success are universal.
Yeah.
So these same principles that could be helpful in your team aspect, I think could be helpful for these people that are watching to be able to learn how they can help their lives be better.
Yeah.
Right? So is there anything that comes to
I
your
say
guys' mind?
personally, one thing I wish I did a little bit better was buying in. Because there are players that bought in to every level that I've been in. Coach Howland,
Right.
different coaches in the NBA. I played for Regis Diaz in the D League. There were players who bought into what the coach was saying, and then there were players who were like, nah, maybe I ain't really feeling it. I'm not feeling that way. I don't think what you think is right. I'd say if I would have personally been better at just buying in, even if I didn't agree completely, it's like, yo, this is the head coach. Whatever he says goes.
He get paid for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I get through this 4 years in college, if I go professional, I ain't got to deal with that head case no more. So I wish I would have bought in better. So I think that would be a heavy part of it. It's like that is the leader of your team for a reason.
Absolutely.
If you can buy in, and that's way easier said than done.
For sure.
And this is also coming from a person that didn't buy in for a cent. So like, just being real, if that's a huge aspect of it, though.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
I
What about
think
you?
I'm piggyback on what he said. I think everybody can't be the guy. I think that's where teams fall short. Everybody can't be the guy. You got to have some guys that's role players that thrive in their role, and that probably might have been the problem we had. I'm not too sure, but I think that's where most of the commotion go from. Like, if you thrive in your role, even in the NBA, like you're not gonna be that guy. Like,
No, 100%.
It's most important in the NBA.
yeah, most important. Like a guy like me has to find a role and thrive in that kind of role, and that's where teams usually fall short.
No, you're absolutely right, because you're dealing with so many athletes that are coming from being the top guy
Yeah,
for their team
Yeah.
for their entire life.
yeah.
We're talking 20 years
Absolutely.
of them feeling like the man. And all of a sudden you're like, you know what, bro? You ain't that.
Yeah, we need you to
Settle
do
down.
this,
Relax.
this, and this. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's it.
And that's really
Here's
it.
A, B, and C that we need you to do on the court. Don't try to do D or E.
Yeah.
Because the D or E is going to get you cut.
Right.
Absolutely.
A, B, and C is what we need, and A, B, and C is what you're going to do.
100%. 100%.
Exactly.
And I can commend you for what I've watched with you doing. We're going to get to a game in person. We haven't been there yet. We've been having our own little travel issues.
Absolutely,
We're going to get there in person where you catch it every one watching it live on TV. And I can tell you, one of the first things that I noticed, and a mutual friend of mine, Melissa Acero, great person, executive producer, also known affectionately as KK.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with her, letting her know, you know what, bro? I know I'm not the only one seeing this. You are always sitting by the coaches. You're always standing up, clapping for your teammates. You're always engaged in the game, even if you might not be having the game that you see is your standard.
Right.
That's something that all professionals, all organizations are looking at, and they realize he's somebody that can play his role.
Yeah.
He's somebody that he understands what his zone of genius is, and he stays within it. You're not somebody that's going to try and steal the ball from Jaden Ivey to shoot a three, right? You understand what your role is, and you're going to do it at a very high level. And I commend you for that, because there's so many people that are coming into this position that are the worst at being able to do that. And you can feel it off of them. You can feel they really don't have the joy for that man when he went and dunked on somebody.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you being one of the first people that's jumping up, cheering for them, man. I wanted to make sure I gave you your flowers and commend you for that as being an actual professional when it comes to being a professional athlete.
For sure, man. I think for me, like, energy is contagious. I think if you bring that energy amongst the team, like win or lose, or if you up or down, you bring that energy, like, man, they're going to keep that uplifting. They're going to keep that high spirit. So, and negativity is contagious as well. So I feel like if you down and out, it's going to go straight all the way through the end of the bench, man. So, and I'm a big guy on winning. Like, I love to win regardless if I got 30 points or 0 points.
Yeah.
So winning is all I know in my heart. So
yes, sir.
When you bring in that energy, it's more likely you're going to win the game. So
100%.
We just big on all that, man. That's all I'm big on, is just having that high spirit and being the first guy that always clap and being the guy that's always uplifting somebody. All the killers, all the guys that's like down and out, or you know what I'm saying, those top guys that might be feeling some like missing shots. No, I'm him. I'm the guy that's going, no, you good, bro. Pick it up. You good. You still that guy.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I'm saying? You got to be that guy for somebody. So
no, 100%, man. And you're speaking to the truth right there, because every person who's done something great needs that type of person.
Yeah.
You know, we all need that type of, let's say, camaraderie, right? But it's like also, I kind of want to rewind it back a little bit. We skipped over how you went from Mississippi State to now playing in the summer league for the Detroit Pistons, right? That's where we are right now. And you're talking about you being great in your role. So walk me through, how did this happen, right? We understood you redshirted. You had a great, coming out year over at Mississippi State. What happened in between that second year, or let's say your first year playing with Mississippi State, to where we are now? Walk me through that a little time.
Man, so after that first year at Mississippi State, I decided to go back.
Okay.
I actually injured my foot going into that next year. Had a Jones fracture. Yeah, it was tough, man. That's that right there.
Yeah.
So we had to keep going through that, man, and battle some hard times, a little depression. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through it. So
Sure.
Bounced back from that. Got to play in the mid-season, almost near the beginning of the season. Finished the season strong. And then the next year we played. That's when Chris Jans got hired. One of my all-time favorite coaches, all time, man. He's a great coach.
Oh, shoot.
Had a great experience those 2 years with Chris James. Yeah,
Okay.
Easily one of the best
What
coaches.
are some of the things that come to your mind? I'll say top three that make you say he's one of the best coaches you've ever been around. Top three things, right off the top, no thinking.
Right off the top, one, he's going to get the best out of you every time.
Okay.
And you might like it, you might not like it, but he gonna get the best.
He gonna
out
push
of
you.
Yeah, off the court, he's one of the coolest people I've ever met. Yeah, one like down to earth. He don't know anything else but basketball. So
Fair.
he sound crazy when he talk about anything else, but when he talk about basketball, he's like a guru. So,
oh my gosh.
And then three, he's just, I don't know, man. He was the when I broke my foot the second time, he was the first person at my house. Like,
No way.
Yeah, the first person in my house, just feeling like, you know what I'm saying?
Not even any players, not teammates. Like literally, the coach was the first person to come by.
Yeah, by my crib. Yeah, first person to come by.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced like that, Aaron? Like,
Nope.
I haven't. I can't. I personally haven't. Like,
Not a
anytime
coach.
I've dealt with an injury, I actually tore tissue in the bottom of my foot.
Yeah.
There's a full name for that. What is it called? Plantar fascia.
Right.
I got that.
Yeah.
I tore the tissue in the bottom of my foot. I can damn sure tell you, my coach ain't
Yeah.
come by.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
not care. He's like, we'll see you when you get back, bro. But like, to have that as your first person, that means a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, man, means everything. He that kind of guy. Yeah, he that kind of guy. And then in practices, I forgot to mention this. In practices, man, he's like from the top guy to the lowest guy. Like, you can be a walk-on, you gonna get the same treatment. Yeah, you can yell that if you a walk-on, you can yell that if you Tolu Smith. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever messing up that day is getting the same treatment. So it's like, it's equal opportunity for everybody out there.
I love that, man.
Yeah, we had a walk-on playing a lot of minutes my first year.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean Jones, really good player, yeah.
This is like the Bill Belichick of D1 basketball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bill, the coach for the Patriots. His main phrase is "Do your job."
Right.
So he would yell at Tom Brady the same way he'd yell at the bench players.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
but
got to make sure you do your
You
job.
gotta have a couple chips before you get called Bill.
You do gotta have a couple chips before you go.
Right. Might give him a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
I'm with you. He didn't earn that credence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Fair.
But nah, he's definitely one of the best coaches I ever got to play with or play for.
That's
and one of the best coaches in the country. Like, his winning percentage, like, it speaks like for itself. Like, his resume is crazy. So
And he's still at Mississippi State right now.
yeah, still at Mississippi
Oh
State.
my
Man,
God.
I was watching y'all in the tournament this year.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
At least we know it's going to be a cracking environment every time it's there. I've
Every
heard that the
time.
gym is more of like an old school gym, right? So it
Yeah.
keeps the crowd really engaged. Talk
hump.
to me a little bit about that, man. It had to be
Man,
exciting.
The hump is rocking every night, like
Yeah.
especially when Coach Jans came in. I'm not no diss to Coach Howland, great
Sure.
coach, but when Coach Jans came in with the new environment and how he wanted to play, up and down, fast pace, they loved it, and they loved the defensive tenacity that we had every night. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking.
Yes.
About it. Man, the games was crazy. I'm just
They was
thinking,
rocking in there, huh?
Man, we played Kentucky. Every time we play Kentucky, it's crazy. Or anytime we have a home game, it's crazy. But I just remember when we played Kentucky, it was a whiteout, and it was
Cold.
Got the cowbells in there going crazy.
Bro, no, we can't do the Cowboys.
Okay, fair.
But it's so hot in there. It's so much body heat in there.
It's just people on top of people on top of people.
on top of
And
people.
especially playing in the SEC because you got Kentucky showing up, you got Florida showing up, you got some big teams
Big
coming down
teams
there.
every
Tennessee
night.
coming down there
Every
every night as a
Every
big
night.
game. So they had to have it rocking in there.
rocking, man.
I mean, just wait on one second. What kind of disrespect is this? Nobody's gonna say Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Show me some work from Bama.
Alabama be
We'll
rocking.
talk about it after the show. All right?
Alabama be rocking.
We're more of a football school, all right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Shoot, basketball they be cooking.
Florida got 2
Come
chips.
on now.
Tennessee got a chip. I'm talking about history.
we ain't got no chips. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we did have Avery Johnson for a solid 3 years. Nothing of importance. But okay, it sounds like coaching, honestly, as we speak about Avery Johnson, is really something that's fundamental to really helping you become the person that you did become to get yourself over to the summer league. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Jans made it easy for me, man. Coach Jans made it easy for the next coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if you can go through Coach Jans, you can go through anybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those practices were hell. Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
practices was hell. Like it was tough, but that's what I'm saying. Like every time I go through another practice, it's like not saying it's a breeze. It's gonna be tough, but just to have that kind of, you know what I'm saying, barking on you, always on you, want the best out of you. Going into the next program or next organization, you like, all right, I already know what this is. It's already instilled in me. So.
Right. No, I get that, man. And that sounds like something that's like we were talking about earlier, the discipline.
Yeah.
He helped instill that discipline into your character.
Yeah.
Where it's just natural now. This is just who you are.
Yeah.
I love that, man. And now, so speaking of like a little bit of who you are, you had to kind of, hone in who your individual personality is before you made that step. Like, talk to us a little bit about that. What are some of your favorite foods? I know you grew up in the Hawaiian world. What are maybe some of your favorite hobbies that you're taking with you going from being a college D1 athlete with all the time in the world to now being a pro? Like, talk to me about that.
Man, so in college, I was big on my dog. I got a dog at the house. His name is Maui.
What
Yeah.
time?
Huh?
What kind of dog?
It's a American bully. Pocket, yeah, like a pocket, yeah. Short,
I got one as a kid too.
Yeah, he fat as a mud. All he do is eat. Yeah, so
Chilling.
yeah, I ain't been able to have him around. So I think when I get to my destination, I'm gonna have him. But yeah, I was big on my dog, man. I used to hang out with him all the time.
He gonna hate you bringing him up to Detroit. It's gonna be cold up there. Shout out to Detroit real quick, I will say.
Absolutely.
My family is actually from Saginaw, Michigan, which is just right outside of Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't go up there very often because it's cold.
Yeah.
But Detroit, hey, is that I think is it still Little Caesars Arena?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah,
I think it's the Little
Caesars
Caesar
Arena is
now.
dope.
I just found out Little Caesar, was it originated in Detroit?
Yeah.
That's why they have Little Caesars. So it is. It's Little Caesars
Yeah,
Arena.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be the Palace.
Yep.
The Palace of Auburn
But
Hills.
then we had the Malice in the Palace, and they had to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a whole new branding.
Yeah.
But we didn't mean to interrupt. We obviously got a little into
Got a
the
little
food.
off.
No, yeah.
What are some of your favorite foods and hobbies? That take it
Favorite
into
foods,
the NBA?
man. I love lasagna. I like. I'm a big lasagna guy, pasta guy. Favorite hobbies. I watch TV a lot. I'm a big anime guy. I don't know if y'all into that.
Dragon
what
Ball Z?
shows?
I like Dragon Ball Z.
All right, we cool.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Please tell me you're a One Piece fan.
One Piece fan.
Okay,
Yeah,
we on the same page
I rock
now.
with it. Yeah,
We on the same page now.
For sure. Big music guy too. I love music.
Okay, fair.
Music is my thing.
You asked me earlier, but so now I'm gonna ask you, who's your top 5 rapper? All right, give me top 3 rappers,
Top 3 rappers right now or all time.
Let me take a drink.
just off the top of your head.
Top three right now. Right now, it's got to be Gunna's in there right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Gunna's in there. I'm taking Gunna. I'm taking. I've been listening to a lot of Kanye, which is crazy.
Welcome over.
I
Welcome over. I was telling you, welcome over.
I ain't been a big Kanye guy, and I like Kendrick right now too.
Oh yeah, I can't. K Dot from the city. Shout out K Dot.
K Dot is crazy. Yeah.
They not like us.
Yeah, he making some hits right now. Yeah,
Man,
Absolutely.
yeah, big fan of K Dot.
100%. And it's like he's helping to set the culture, right? Yeah. He's helping to kind of give us a little foundation of what we can dance to. Yeah. He even dropped a little video game. They not like us. It got me addicted. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. The moment based, he's really killing it. So would you say that, you know, the American culture, obviously growing up down in the South, would you say which had a bigger impact in shaping who you are as a person? Your Hawaiian background and like coming up in your nucleus of your family, or the American space?
So I can't even speak to like the Samoan culture as much as I can to like my pop side of the family, but I try to, as much as possible, like get in tune with them. Even when we went to Hawaii, it was great for me because me and my dad got to like experience the culture. It was just a culture shock from us going from South Mississippi
to Hawaii.
Yeah, like in 2 weeks I'm climbing up coconut trees and stuff. And I'm like,
oh wow,
it's crazy. Yeah, so I got to do all that, man. In Hawaii, it was a great experience. Shout out to Uncle Dave and Auntie Kelly. We got to stay with them. And then I did some more things. I did the Samoan dances, like the PC. I forgot what it's called, but we did all that, man. The tribal dances, everything. So it was great. It was a great experience for me. I got to learn a lot from being on my mom's side of the family, man.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Bro, I love this.
Yeah,
are there some hidden pictures of you somewhere in the lace skirt twirling some fire?
Nah, not the fire, but I definitely was doing the dancing.
Okay, man. Hey, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
No,
quite honestly, I love being able to be a part of different, your own culture. Me personally, I'm Guyanese. It's right above Brazil in South America. So anything I can to be a part of the Guyanese culture, which is mainly just eating some Caribbean food. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I definitely support that in a major way. And I think, with what you're doing in your life, you're able to shine a light on how beautiful the Samoan culture actually is.
Beautiful, it's beautiful, man. We got some women that's in WNBA that's Samoan who's really shining light on the culture as well.
Oh wow,
Peely, she plays with the Minnesota.
Okay.
Pow, she just won a SEC championship.
National championship.
Oh, wow.
National championship.
Pow. Shout out Pow. She just won a championship. She's Samoan, man. They shining light on the culture, man. So
I love that.
It's great for us. We need more people to be on this side, on the basketball side. We got a lot in football and rugby.
Oh, yeah, of course, because that natural size that comes with y'all.
Absolutely.
It's meant for the football field, but I love seeing it branch out because in basketball, we don't see it too often.
Yeah.
And it's good to see representation for having young kids to have representation in something that they want to do. And then you're just only another lineage in that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, it's not a line. It's someone that's an example. It's like, okay, he's there. I could be there one day.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
I love that, man.
That's exactly what we're trying to do.
I love that. And you guys are doing a great job. I know you were saying there's some other players like Rob Dillingham, right? Like some others that are currently in the NBA that are Samoan. Yeah. Right? Don't listen to Google, okay? Google only says that there's one guy. All right?
Yeah.
Stop it. We're going to update that through this podcast. Rob Dillingham is in there. He's in the league. He's Samoan.
Deshaun Nix, he played with the Timberwolves, I think.
That's two Google. Deshaun Nix.
James Johnson.
Yeah,
Come on now.
You mentioned before.
Samoan. I'm pretty sure he's Samoan.
I think he is as well.
Fight, he might be.
Yeah, he got it. Whatever he want to be. So,
you tell me what you are.
Steve Adams Polynesian too.
Yeah,
yes he is.
I think
Absolutely.
he's like Micronesian or something like that. So, they all putting on for the poly world, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Sure. Speaking of putting on for the entire world, you help us put on for that world right now. What are two cultural dishes? If I wanted to go get some Polynesian Samoan food, what am I eating?
Man, see, I'm not even gonna act like I just know all the Samoan dishes like that. I'm not a big I eat Southern food all the time.
Okay, fair.
But when I was in Hawaii, my go-to was musubi and chicken katsu. But I know that's not Samoan dishes. Like that's like Hawaiian, not what's it called? Like touristy type food.
Got you.
But I was big on that. I was eating that every morning.
Oh,
every morning,
that just means it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I used to get it from this little corner store
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the spam with rice and it's wrapped in the seaweed.
Yeah. I don't think
I'm hip. I'm hip.
That's all over the West Coast.
Oh yeah, it's all over here. Yeah.
So I eat that every day. I used to eat that every day.
Oh, I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's something that you can eat quite a bit of.
Yeah, not no more. It's get heartburn.
Not with that spam. We got to move into a different diet. We in the league now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a crazy diet. That'd be crazy. Spam every day. It's crazy.
Nah, that's not going to get you where you want to be.
Yeah,
But speaking of, like, I like that we brought that up. Like, what are some of the dietary changes that you've had to make? You know, because I don't think a lot of people understand the difference going from whether it's high school to college or college to the NBA, not just on the court. You're off the court lifestyle. Like, so what are some of the dietary differences that you've had to make to, you know, keep yourself in the shape that you want to be?
Yeah, man. So being in college or just being in the South in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, the food is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being in Mississippi, I think we #1 in obesity. Mississippi.
Yep. Yep. It's real.
So I had to realize, like, yo, you got to change the diet if you want to even last in the NBA. So we was big on the fried chicken, all the red beans, the gumbo,
Fried everything.
Everything. So, man, going into NBA, I had to up on the salmon, up on the green, the leafy vegetables, all the fruits and stuff like that. Big fruit guy. So any dish I have some fruit on the side. More water, less Gatorade. Just changing little nicks like that. Just try to, you know what I'm saying, get a little advantage or upper hand on the opponent, you know?
No, 100%. 100%. That's part of the reason why LeBron's able to play as long as he is, quite honestly.
It's a huge part. Like, for me personally, my last 6 years playing overseas, I was vegan.
Really?
Completely vegan.
Yeah. What's that like?
It was different, but once I found where to get all my proteins from, so my legumes, my broccoli and stuff like that, once I found exactly where to get it from, it made it a lot easier.
I heard they eat so much cleaner, like over across the water.
Across the water is so much cleaner. How they even clean or eat their meat is a lot different than it is America. We have a lot of, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but we have a lot of extra things added into our food over here that doesn't exist over there.
Yeah.
So even as a vegan, when I was playing Cyprus, the 1 or 2 times I ate meat was lamb. And I don't know if you guys know anything about lamb. It's one of the most high in protein and stuff like that. And how they raised their lambs, and it was completely different. There was no extra stuff added to it.
Oh, natural.
So wanted that supplement of meat, I would eat a little bit of lamb here and there. That was only 1 year out of the 6 years I was vegan.
Yeah.
But the diet was completely, it's incredible how you train your body to how you can be on the court.
Yeah.
100%.
Like that, it starts with what you put into your body before you can go perform the best way that you can.
Absolutely.
Man, how you maintain your weight though? Like being a vegan, I always wonder like how guys stay the same.
I mean, I ate 6 times. So you have 3 square meals a day. I was at 9.
Yeah, you gotta.
So it's consistent. So like when before practice, I'm taking in a lot of food, eating a lot of like bean meals and green meals and stuff. And then right after practice, I'm having a smoothie and eating again because everything I just lost during practice, I got to put back.
Right,
so I'm eating more than the average person is. But honestly, I never got full because of the stuff that I'm putting into my body and how easily my body was able to digest it. I never got full, so I could eat all day and never get full, which was a mind-blowing thing to do. And I will say, with inflammation, with sleep, and then with brain clarity, those 3 things changed completely while being vegan. It's not easy to do, and I don't even suggest it now because it was easier in Europe getting the best of the best vegetables, or easier in Japan getting the best of the best rice and noodles and stuff like that. It's harder here, and they do have stuff to supplement, like the, what do they call it, the Impossible burgers and stuff like that. But that's all that is more processed stuff.
100%.
terrible.
So it's different. So I don't highly suggest it, but there are, I know off the top of my head, 4 or 5 vegan NBA players. So there are examples. Chris Paul is completely vegan.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are big time examples of NBA players that live off of that diet. It's just all about having the right nutritionists around you and having people who are hella knowledgeable about those things in order to make sure that you're still getting everything your body needs to perform at the highest level.
Yeah.
That's the biggest deal, quite honestly, because when you're looking at what he had brought up, the international world, they have different, dietary restrictions, right? So their McDonald's is going to be totally different than our McDonald's, even though it might be the same menu. Right, it's like the way that they
McDonald's is different than ours.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the regulations of what they're allowed to supplement their meat with is different than ours.
Hawaii's McDonald's is
different. No, you dead on right. Yeah. Hey, best McDonald's I've ever been to in the world was in Japan.
Oh, really?
Bro, the number one on the breakfast menu was a sausage muffin with 2 patties and bacon on it.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that was the number one. Yeah.
Hey, they pretty stacked over there.
Oh man! But then look at the Japanese people. Like, how many overweight, obese people do you see over there?
Yeah.
Very few.
The quality of the meat is a little bit different.
100%.
Yeah. But
100%.
like we were saying, you can go vegan, you can go high protein, you can go keto, whatever it is. It's just about the focus on that diet and making sure you're doing the best thing for your body to be able to perform at the highest level.
That's it. That's it. And like that brings us right back to what we're talking about here. You're about to be performing. You're already doing it. You're here at the Summer League. You're performing at the highest level. First question that comes to my mind is, are there any types of experiences that you've had outside of, let's say, playing basketball where you've met different people in the Summer League? Maybe there's some people that your agent took you around to. Maybe there's some different experience that you've had. Have you had anything that really piqued your mind?
Maybe before you get into it, who is your agent? What agency are you representing?
Yeah, so my agent's Corey Markham from Easy Sports. Shout out Corey, man. Great agent. Got some guys like Keon Ellis, Jay Scrub, J.D. Davidson. Got some great players in the NBA. So met him through actually met him through social media.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was crazy. One of the only guys that hit me up when I was hurt. It's a long story. So when I was, I think my senior year or junior year in college, I was having a great year. I decided to go back to college. Had agents hit my line. You know what I'm saying? It was going good for me. I broke my foot, so then felt like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. It's the business. But, you know, Corey Markham was the only guy that hit me up.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, let me stick with him, man. So it was great for me. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's cool that he was able to really be an authentic person, to be able to reach out and see the potential that you really had. And it's like, you know what? Forget everything else that's going on. I can already see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was great for me, man. He a great dude overall. Yeah, great dude. And great family you got. So.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's hard to find, too, especially in the agent world. I mean, I'm a sports marketing agent, so I can understand a little bit of it, but it's tough, like, to find people who are really looking out for your best interest. So I'm glad that you were able to have somebody that really is looking out for your best and helping to guide you down that line. You know,
somebody that just believe in you, man. Somebody believe in your abilities. Somebody who want to push you. Somebody who want the best for you. So, yeah, I think I got one of those guys in my corner.
Oh, I love that, man. And when were you guys able to connect? Would you connect, further back, like right after the draft process, or?
No. So I did the pre-draft with him.
Okay.
With him and Rob Allen in Atlanta.
Oh, okay, nice, yeah.
So I got to work out in Atlanta for the whole pre-draft process, which was a great experience for me. I got to learn a lot through those guys.
Yeah.
Did like 12 NBA workouts.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, those was great too, man. So
getting yourself ready for what they're looking for.
Yeah, so like the NBA, the pre-draft workouts is it's cool, man. You get to travel to a different city every other day. You get to bump against some of the best players. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best players that's in your position, or some people that might be higher than you.
Sure.
That's usually going to be higher than you, which is good for you. So that's pretty much how I got here.
Oh, I love that, man. Without giving too much information, maybe give us like a drill. That's maybe one of the hardest drills that you weren't expecting at one of these NBA pre-draft workouts. Or were you already prepared for what you were walking into?
Yeah, you try to prepare as much as possible, but when you walk into those gyms, you're like, yo, I'm here. Yeah, I'm really like finna work out for these guys.
Yeah.
Regardless of if they came to see you or not. Like, yo, I get a chance to show out in front of all these guys, these execs, the front office people. Them the guys that make the decisions, man. So, yeah, you try to put your best foot forward. But the hardest drill I probably did was I think it was a 2-minute or 3-minute drill, man. And you shoot in the corner 3. You go all the way to the other corner 3.
Okay.
And you shoot there. Then you go to the wing.
Yeah.
Shoot 3 there. Shoot the wing, other 3 there. Top, wing, corner. Then you shoot off the dribble 3s at the wing. Mind you doing this.
This is full court.
Yeah, this is 2 minutes.
Yeah.
This is conditioning and shooting, so it's all of it. So dribble to shoot the 3 there on the wing. Shoot another one, dribbling to the other wing.
Yeah.
Top, wing. Then you burn out with as many layups as you can do, dribbling up and down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, left hand though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like that.
This the end of workout though. Yeah, we done did everything. We done went 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1. We done dunked the ball.
It was the burnout drill.
Yes.
Holy.
Let's see who in shape. So,
Yeah.
That's the burnout drill.
Yeah, I think we did that. I did that twice. I did that at 2 spots. So, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
No, that's definitely a crazy drill. That's a drill that tests your mental fortitude.
Yeah,
because I already know you guys. We're all in like decent shape. You're in way better shape than we are, right? But at that level, it's just like, you know what? Holy shit! It's just my mind right now. I got to keep pushing myself.
Absolutely, that's all it is right there.
Oh man! So talking about that, did you ever go through like, let's say, some interviews with these different teams? Were they trying to play some mind games with you? You know, maybe try to ask you some things that you already knew. Maybe wasn't a question that they were trying to ask, but more so trying to feel out who you were as a person. Did you ever deal with that?
Nah, I don't think I ever dealt with it. I think every meeting I had, man, was just me, being authentic. I think they appreciated that, telling the truth about everything, trying to figure me out, trying to get to know me more, trying to figure out what kind of work ethic I had, my background, where I'm from, stuff like that. I hear stories all the time about guys that can get caught up with those kind of interviews and stuff like that, but
it happens.
I think you just be authentic. I think everything else plays itself out. So
I'm curious to know, how's your whole experience been with the Detroit Pistons organization?
Bro, it's been amazing. Like A1 level like treatment. It's
That's
crazy.
Awesome.
Everybody in the staff like asks you if you need something. It's crazy, man. Detroit's like been the best experience for me. Anytime you get in the gym, they always available. Or anytime you need something, like if you need some food or if you need they got everything for you.
So the way that they provide for you, are we ready to help them win an NBA championship?
Yes. I mean that's
what we're here to do, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. They bringing out A1 treatment. You got to return the favor. So
yes, sir.
It's been great, man. And I'm only scratching the surface of what an NBA team has done for me. So it's been great. I think from the coaching staff to the front office, everything's been amazing, man. So
I don't want to talk about the Pistons' last championship because they took it from my Lakers.
Man,
it's been a little bit of time now since then.
You're right.
So we're trying to get them back on that upper echelon. I know they got a great player within Cade. So you be able to. How do you see yourself maybe adding to what he brings to the game?
Yeah, a guy like Cade, who's an explosive scorer, explosive athlete, guy that needs more shots. So I think I can get more rebounds for him, get him more open, set screens, roll, just play my role, try to be the guy that don't do too much,
That's the mindset of an NBA role player right now.
100%.
So that's someone knows his role and knows his job, and that's amazing that you have that mindset right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You're not going to get in the league and just be like, unless you're a number one, number 2 pick, you got to find a role and thrive in it. And I think that's something that I can do,
No, you're proving that already. And it's like you're sitting down with some NBA executives and getting a professional interview, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're giving them what they were looking for.
Yeah.
The person that's going to help them win no matter what it is.
Right.
And I love that about you, man. I love that you're, like you said, you're being authentic. You're being somebody who's really not trying to be professional. You just are professional.
Right. Yeah.
You have natural integrity, which we can feel. It's all just naturally felt here. And for those who can't see it on the camera, like he's just being chill, guys. This is literally just him as a person. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why he's a part of the Pistons organization. Right. And I want to say this to anybody else that's looking and wants to be an athlete. You might think, I could put it between my legs 20 times, bro. I could hit 50 shots in a row. I'm going to tell you it doesn't matter.
No.
I'm going to keep it straight up with you. It does not matter. Because everybody who's on the NBA team is already better than you. They don't need you for those things. What they need you to do is to be a professional. Somebody who understands how the organization works, and you can fit in to make them more money. And they'll pay you some money. That's how it all works. It's a business. This guy right here, he gets it. That's why he's sitting here and he's a part of the Detroit Pistons organization. And if you are looking on and want to possibly be that type of route, maybe be that type of player, go check him out. Follow his social media. Look at the way that he interacts with other people when you see him in person. If you see him in Vegas, say what's up. He's a cool guy, man. He's definitely going to be somebody who's going to want to be able to interact with you. But if you want to see how you need to move, it's right here, man. There's nobody better. I'm telling you, the family that he comes from, the stature that he sits with, the ability to enunciate and be professional no matter what the situation is, bar none. Right? So if Detroit... Don't this one up. Just gonna keep it straight up with you, and since we're getting to a place, I feel like if there's anything that you want to share that you haven't shared with, is somebody you want to talk about, maybe somebody you want to shout out.
Give some shout outs.
Yeah, let us know, man. Go ahead. Now's your time, bro. The mic's all you.
Shout outs, man. Shout out to Bay St. Louis. Shout out Bay St. Louis for believing in me. Shout out Detroit Pistons for giving me the opportunity to even come out here in Summer League in Vegas, man. It's been a blessing for me. Shout out to you guys for allowing me to be here with this podcast, man. It's a great podcast, great interview I just had. Yeah, shout out KK. Yeah.
So, there you go.
Before we wrap, I want to get this signature.
Oh, let's
you gotta sign this ball for us right here.
Let's do it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The man, the myth, the legend, the fifth Samoan NBA player. Don't listen to Google. Top 5, baby. He's right here. And now we're excited. This is something that's going to be worth a lot of money, so don't you dare come in this studio trying to take it. Right? We're excited to be able to have Tolu here, man, and we're glad that we can be able to share a little bit of his story and be able to share some of the time with the family. So anything that you guys are looking for when it comes to being professional, check him out on his page. And IG is TOLU_. Any other social medias you want to put out there?
Tolu Smith 1 on Twitter. That's all I got.
There you go. Keeps it simple. IG and Twitter. That's all we need, man. So for us, we might be catching you guys a little bit later for after our show tonight. So stay tuned. Watch our IGs. We'll keep you posted on that. But outside of that, we're going to keep coming with more interviews with top-notch guys. They're going to keep telling you the ways that you need to be in order to make it to where you want to be.
Yes,
all right?
sir. Yes, sir. And once again, thank you for sitting down with us today, brother.
Thank you guys, man. It was great. It was a great interview.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we can be able to get this done, man.
For sure.